Greetings. This is Elder Blacklight. The brother in New Orleans, the elder in New Orleans, called it right. But see, they clowns, all right, my brother. But they are put in place because our people haven't grown up yet. The brothers haven't took their manhood yet back, and the women haven't took their womanhood back. They're not ready to rule. Now, right now, they're having problems giving you or us our stimulus money. People trying to make their rent, trying to pay their mortgages and whatever, all trying to fight that disease called the coronavirus. The black man is fighting more than that coronavirus. He's fighting the government, the white racist police. They still in the picture. The Klan still in the picture. And half of them going crazy. See, he wants you to retaliate, start doing like the Panthers did. So that didn't work. The only one that was successful up until he died, his death, was the Honorable ELiJAH Muhammad, because he built an empire. Don't care what nobody say. Now I can't speak for what's happening now. They could be infiltrated. They could have got next to or inside of the nation, which they've been trying to get inside, but they had to wait till the Honorable ELiJAH Muhammad. They had to wait till he go. And that's when everything started falling apart for the brothers. It's only there in name now, the Nation of Islam. But that $60 million empire that they had at that time, that would have been, that price right there would have been like an empire. That's gone. You see. So the Willie Lynch is what you overlook. You study that Willie Lynch, the Willie Lynch papers. Care what nobody say. Study them. And you'll see that's exactly what had happened. My uncle told me about this in the 50s when I was a little boy. Born in 1946. My uncle was babysitting me, the one that was close to Malcolm. He was schooling me, even though my mother, she was on the outs with the nation. And I know about that, them brainwashing the woman or the woman liking the white man, because my mother, once she fell out with her brother and some people in the nation. See, my mother used to work right alongside of Malcolm. And she told me a whole lot about him. He used to talk to her because they used to work in the restaurant together. And my uncle be schooling me, you know. He told me about how they did The slaves coming over on the boat poured hot coals down their throat. Showed me all the method they was using. Unhuman torture. You know, to break the brothers and the sisters, tying them up in between horses. I mean, tying them on a horse, one arm on one horse going the other way, and another arm on the other horse, splitting the brothers, whipping the horse, splitting the brothers in half, right in front of the pregnant black woman. Some black women would have their babies be 9 months pregnant when they watch that horrible sight, and then they'd drop that baby, and then he'll take his boot. The white man would take his boot and crush the baby's skull, you know, in front of the other slaves, put fear in them. So, I mean, he told me a whole lot about it. This was back in the 50s, man. So I ain't never, you know, looked at the Caucasian favorably, but my mother did. She took me out the temple at the age of 7. Started celebrating Christmas. Went back to eating pork, man. Went back to drinking, partying, you know. And my old man, he never did join the nation. But they like that street life. They stayed together, you know, till he died. You know, they stayed together for 70, 60 years or something, man. And he died first, my father, and then my mother. And but he was in his 80s, and she was in her 90s when they died. So I know, man. I know the game that he played. But see, y'all didn't experience the life I experienced. Y'all didn't experience. So look at this right here. See, when you read that, Genesis 2:15, and the Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden and to tend and keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden you may freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for in the day that you eat of it you shall surely die. And that's what happened, brothers. You're dead right now. You're dead in the knowledge of self. So when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad died and Wallace D. Muhammad took it and tried to tear it down, no one has rebuilt it or put it back to its proper place. We're supposed to have rebuilt it and surpassed what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had done. So it don't do us no good to keep talking about Brother Farrakhan and any other brothers, because we're not trying to put it back together again. And all these other organizations, it's their time to tear the reputation of the Nation of Islam down, because they want people to join their thing so they could fool them and trick them, because most of them working for the Caucasians anyway. You know, they working for the enemy, black light.